Good morning, students. Already we have studied and started the second lesson, right? So the objectives of commerce or the objectives of business. Okay. So in this chapter 2, we have studied the economic activity and the non-economic activity. Have you remember about the economic activity? So the human activities undertaken by with the objective of earning money is called as a economic activities. Okay, the people those who are undertaking some of the activity with the aim of earning more money or income, that is called economic activities. Okay, so whatever we are doing in this activity, if he has some of the aim of earning money, that is called economic activity, right? So otherwise another one is non-economic activity. So the meaning of non-economic activity mean so all the human activities without having the aim of earning income, that is called non-economic activities. Okay, so our mothers are doing work in our home without any of the earnings. Okay, we are going to play only for our pleasure. We are donating money for the urbanized home only for our satisfactions. Okay, so all the human activity only by having the psychological motive or the psychological satisfaction, that is called non-economic activity. Okay, and so what are the activities doing by the human only for earning money is called economic activities. For example, going to the work only for earning money, producing some of the commodities only for earning money. Okay, that's called economic activities. Today we will study some of the types of economic activities. Okay, in this economic activities also different type of the categories are there. Okay, we will study about this. Okay, types of economic activity. Okay, so generally people engage themselves in such activities regular basis or weekly basis or monthly basis. Okay, and it is said to that they are engaged in any one of the occupations. Okay, so all the humans are going to any one of the job, or they are doing some of the business, and they will get some of the experience in their professionals. Okay, in any one of the activities or in any one of the way, so all the peoples are making themselves as engaged in any one of the occupations. Okay, this occupations only is called as a economic activities. Okay, in these economic activities or in these occupations, we will classify them as a three types. Classified as a three types. So one is employment, second one is profession, third one is business. Okay, first we will study about the employment. What's the meaning of employment? So in this employment, all the peoples are going to do something for others, not for themselves. Okay, all the peoples are going to do any one of the work, are going to do something for others. Okay, only for the purpose of earning income, not only for producing some of the commodities, and they are providing some of the services for others. Okay, only for the purpose of earning income in the form of wages or salaries or any of the remuneration is called as employment. Okay, normally the coolie people or the office clerk and officials worker and some of the labor and the masons, carpenter, everything's also called as a employment. Okay, because without having any one of the objective, without having any one of the service motive, they will going to work only for earning money for their livelihood. Okay, so whatever we are doing for daily basis or weekly basis. Okay, otherwise if they are getting salary or daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis, that is called employment. Okay, in this employment we have to know about the two persons, the involvement of the two persons consisting of employment. Okay, the two people is called the employer and the employee. The one person who is employed by others are called employee. Okay, suppose if I am giving the work, I am calling employer, you are calling employee. Okay, so the one who is employed by others are called employees, and the another one who employs other is called employer. Okay, normally the employee called as worker, the employer called as owner, right? Understand? Good. Next, in this employment, some of the characteristics are there. Okay, what are the characteristics are having by the employment mean? First one is, so there is a contract existing between the employer and the employee. Okay, so in the category of employment, one of the most characteristic is existing contract between the employer and the employee. Okay, so the employee is not able to decide or draw the contract. The employer only having all the rights to deciding about the employment or the task. Okay, suppose if I am if I am a employer, I have to give some of the tasks to complete the complete in the particular time or the particular days. Okay, in the period of time. Okay, if I give some of the work to complete within a particular time, I will call as a employer. Okay, and the employee must be having or being as obedient to the respect to the or the sincerity to the employee. Okay, not only that, and the employee must be complete the task provided by the employer within the particular days or the particular time or the negotiated time. Okay, sometimes the employer will be assign the employee for the contract. Okay, within the 1 week, if the employer told them to complete the work, the employee must be complete within the right time. Okay, and in which form the employee will get their remunerations mean in the form of wages and the salaries in the daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis. Okay, so even though there is no controversy between the employee and the employer, okay, because the one man owner in this employment is called as employer. The employee sometimes will have the opinion to the employer. Okay, suppose if when the employer giving some of the work to the employee, so employee can ask some of the excuse to the employer. Otherwise, the employer or the employee will not having any rights to deciding about the work given by the employer, right? And in even in this organization also, employer and the employee category will be appear. Okay, suppose if you are taking some of the organization, maybe the private organization or the partnership organization, in this organizations also some of the contract basis employment will be created by the organization or the employer. Okay, in that time, so the employee must be completed the task given by the employer. Okay, so in this employment, one of the best character, one of the most important character is contract between the employer and the employee. Okay, for the example for the employment is clerks, officials, and the labor and the worker. Okay, those who are going to the work for the daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis called as employment, right? Next, profession. I think you have heard about this word, profession. So in this word itself, we can understand which form this category will be there. Okay, the professional. Any one of the persons are involved or provide their service for the particular line that is called professions. Okay, that people is called as professionalist. Okay, for the example, the teachers, professors, doctors, lawyers, and what some of the actor also maybe we can say, because they have some of the specialized talent for providing the service for the peoples. Okay, the professions are those occupations which involve rendering of personal service of a special and expert in nature. Okay, normally all the people will not provide the services to the public. Okay, because if they want to give the special services to the public, that person must be complete or must be having the special expectations or the special experience in their particular line of their nature. And the profession is something which is more than a job or the employment. Okay, so when we are comparing the professions with the employment, the profession is more expecting or the more better. Okay, because all the peoples cannot able to become as a professionalist, because all the people can able to professionalist, but even though nowadays in our normal days all the peoples are not having or not as being as a professionalist. Okay, so if any one of the persons want to become as a professionalist, they have to, they must having the complete knowledge in their particular line, because in these professions must be having the systematic body of knowledge. Systematic body of knowledge mean, for the example, if you are taking the teachers or the doctors. Okay, so the doctor must be complete their higher studies, and they must study complete their MBBS, and what are the rules and regulations, and what are the accusations are there, everything will be completed. Okay, everything must be completed by the doctors. After that only that persons can able to become as a doctor, and the persons will having the right to providing the services to the public, right? And in this career, some of the competent will be there with respective areas, those who all are already existing their same branch or the same area. Okay, for the example, so the doctors are existing in our area already, he will be make a compete with the new doctors arrival in this same area. And it includes professional activities which are subject to guidelines or codes of conduct laid down by the professional bodies. Okay, so many of the professional activities are there, and which are subject to the guidelines or the codes. Codes or the guidelines mean some of the norms and conditions. Okay, norms and conditions already drawn by the expected professionalists or the professionalist bodies. Okay, suppose the, if you are taking the example as the doctors, so the what the medical research center or some of the organizations may be there to run the code of conduct and the professional bodies. Okay, as per their norms and conditions only, the professionalists have to provide their services. And those who are engaged in a profession are called professionals, and the peoples also called as a professionalist, and they earn income by charging professional fees. Okay, so the in this employment, so the worker will be get their remunerations in the form of wages and salaries. Okay, but in the same line, so the professionalist peoples also will earning their income, but in the form of professional fees. Okay, because they are providing the services to the public, other services to the peoples. Okay, so they will get their remunerations in the form of professional fees. Okay, so the professional fees also will be decided by the same professionalist or the code of ethics of the body. And the characteristics of professions. So in these professions also, some of the most important characteristics are there. Like what are the characteristics means? So there should be a systematic body of knowledge. Systematic body of knowledge mean, so if anybody want to become as a professionalist, they must complete their degrees are their systematic knowledge. Okay, what are the events and what are the code of ethics was done by the professionalists or the expertise peoples, they must complete it. And one of the most important characteristics in professional is the service motive. The service motive should be uppermost in the minds of people rendering professional services. Okay, suppose for the doctors. Okay, so the doctor must be providing the service without expecting the professional fees. Okay, because all the peoples will not being as a rich peoples. Okay, so many of the peoples are having the poor. Okay, so the doctors must be providing their services for all the people without any one of the equalities. Okay, third one is business. Okay, third one of the occupation is business. Okay, so the business refers to any human activity undertaken on a regular basis with the object to earn profit through production, distribution, purchase, and sale of goods and services. Okay, so any of the peoples, they are called entrepreneurs. If any of the entrepreneurs, if they are undertaking some of the economic activity with the aim of earning profit with the production and the distribution or the wholesale or the sale of goods and services is called business. Okay, so now the producer and the chain of middleman and the sellers, the retailers or the wholesalers also called as a businessman. Okay, so even if they now if the peoples are not having the more capitals or more profit, they will having some of the power to conduct the business. Okay, so anyway the business must be having one of the feature of production or consumption or distributions or sales also. Okay, if any of the peoples are doing producing or distributions or selling the goods and services to one people to other peoples or the government or the other peoples called as a business. So in this business also some of the characteristics are there. Okay, what are the most important characteristics of the business is the business activities are connected with the raising, producing, or processing of goods. Okay, if the persons, if they want to called him as a businessman, this businessman must be undertaking some of the productional activity or the economic activity. So we will say as the production activities or the distributions, or they must be selling the goods and services to other people is called as businessman. So in this business, if you are considering the industries, industry creates farm utility to goods by bringing materials into the farm which is useful to intermediate consumptions. Okay, suppose if you are considering the producers are producing some of the commodity and he will distribute that commodities the way of making the more linkman or the chain of the middleman. Okay students, next we will see the classification of business activities. Okay, the classification of business activity, already we have studied the business. So in this business so many of the activities are there. So the every business activities also will be classified on the basis of size and the characters and the features of the business activity. Okay, first we will study the classification of the business activities on the basis of the size. So on the basis of the size, we can classify the business activities as a two types. One is small scale business activity and the large scale business activity. Okay, first if you are taking the small scale business activity, the small scale business activity is refers to the units requires less capital. Okay, if any entrepreneurs want to start any of the business with having the less capital, that is called small scale business activity. Okay, in the small scale business activity the small number of workers only will be there and the small number of workers must be there. Okay, The small number of workers mean, for example, one of the industries or one of the industries should not exceed the 25 members or 50 members. Nowadays, the government also allowed to involve the 100 people to producing enough the commodity in these small scale industries. Okay, any industries would have the less capital and the small number of workers, and if they are producing the goods with the less number or the less amount, that is called small scale business activity or the small scale industries. Okay, for the example, manufacturing textiles in handlooms or power looms. Okay, in our area, some of the textile industries, not textile industries, some of the manufacturing or manufacturer will be produced the textiles by using the handlooms or the power looms. Okay, mostly if it is the handlooms, so we will call as a small scale. Okay, but nowadays the government allowed to adapt the power also. Okay, so by using the power, if they are making the handlooms or the textile manufacturing, that is called small scale business activity or the small scale industry. And the next one is large scale business activity. Okay, the large scale business activity refers the large scale units require huge capitals or the large number of workers, and they will produce the large amount. If any entrepreneurs are having with the huge capital or large number of workers, and if they are producing any commodity with abundance, that is called large scale industries. Okay, for example, manufacturing textiles in large amount, the Raymond and the Ramraj cotton and the Pothys, everything is also one of the example for the large scale industries. Okay, so the large number of workers consisting the 200 to 500 peoples or above 500 peoples. Okay, so the large scale industries are not having any of the limitations of number of workers. Okay, without limitations of number of workers was there in these industries, that is called large scale industries. Okay, and the huge capital also. Okay, huge capitals mean more than 2 crores, more than 2 crores to without limitations, if they having the capacity to making the investment or the capital in any of the industries, we can say huge capitals. Okay, and nowadays the middle scale business activity also arises. Okay, but here not mentioned in our book, but the middle scale business activity is also there. Next, the business activities may be classified on the basis of the ownership. Okay, on the basis of the ownership also we can classify the business activities as a 3 types. First one is private enterprises and the public enterprises. Third one is joint enterprises. Okay, so the private enterprises means the private entrepreneur. Okay, or any enterprises is said to be as a single man or and as an individual man, that is called private enterprises or the private organizers. Okay, the private or the single entrepreneur. Okay, if any of the industries is undertaken by a single man or the single entrepreneur or the individual entrepreneur, that is called private enterprises. Okay, so in this private enterprises also consisting 2 types, the sole proprietorship or the partnership. Okay, sole proprietorship means the single owner. Okay, the partnership means some of the partners, so about 10 or the about 10 to within 20 people will be participate in these partnership organizations. Okay, so in these private enterprises there is no government interventions. Okay, so without having any of the government interventions, so the private peoples are producing any of the commodities, that's called private enterprises. Here all the activities are undertaken by the individual peoples. Okay, all the decisions about their organization is owned and controlled and regulated by the single entrepreneur or the individual people, that is called private enterprises. Okay, next, public enterprises. Public enterprises, and enterprises is said to be a public enterprise where it is owned, managed and controlled by the government or any agencies. Okay, or sometimes it will be both. So the public enterprises may be organized in several forms, such as a departmental undertaking, the public corporations, public work department, and so many of the forms. Okay, because nowadays the public enterprises are governed by both private and the public. Okay, so the for best example is the departmental undertaking or the public work department. So we will call as nowadays the PWD department, everything. So everything is also one of the best example for the public enterprises. Next, joint enterprises. Joint enterprises is said to be a joint enterprises where it is owned, managed and controlled by the government and private entrepreneurs. Okay, suppose any of the enterprises is undertaken by or controlled and owned by both public and private, that is called joint enterprises. Okay, for the example, Maruti Suzuki. The Maruti Suzuki only is mentioned in our book, but in our nations, so many of the giant enterprises are existing. Okay, student, today it's enough. So tomorrow we will continue. Okay, thank you.